Yo, what's up, Saber folks? Today I'm going to show you a semi-acrobatic move that's super easy that anybody can do pretty much with a lightsaber. I'm doing a lot of thinking about what moves are not technically flips, that are relatively safe, that require little to no inversion. And this is a great one. This is sort of like a dance leap in terms of its movement origins. Sort of a rotation, sort of depending on how you do it, an off-axis dance leap. So if you have dance background, that's great, and if you don't, that's also okay. It's not necessary to get the foundational movement pattern that I'm about to show you. You can do it with tubes. You can do it with two lightsabers, forward-handed, and you can do it with two lightsabers backhanded. And of course, if you can do it with two lightsabers, you can do it with one lightsaber. Do it forward, backhanded, right hand, and left hand. So the first thing I'm going to ask you guys to do is go ahead and rock back and forth, assuming you don't have any injuries or any ankle and knee issues that I need to worry about. We're going to move back and forth, right and left. So left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. The next step from there is going to have your chest turn 90 degrees from the screen, or either to your right or to your left. Turn right, turn left, turn right, turn left, turn right, and turn left. Right? And that's going to help you load up a base leg. It's going to get you in the habit of loading up a base leg because to whatever direction you decide to go, it's going to load you up for this particular leap. The next step is sort of the most technically tricky part of this, I would say, is we're going to do a crossover step. We're going to do like a spin step, right? So we're here, we've loaded back and forth. I'm going to go to my left, your right first. What we're going to do is we're going to load up the right leg. We're going to take that step. We're going to point our toe at the, in my case, the left wall. We're going to point, if you can go more than 90 degrees to the screen, do that. It's going to help you when you rotate. Here, step, step. If you can look back at the wall, it'd be great. You can do this by kind of doing like a little duck walk, anything that's comfortable, nothing that's too uncomfortable. And then we're going to have you turn and step out. So it comes down to pointing at the wall, turn, step, step. And then we do again, turn, step, step. If you're concerned about your feet or your ankle rotating and stuff, it may help to either have more slippery shoes, do this barefoot, change the surface that you're doing it on. Conversely, being too slippery could also be an issue, but that's one option here if you want to make this a little bit easier, is make the surface that you're turning on a little bit smoother. So one more time, step, turn, step. Step, turn, step. And that's basically all it is. And now the fun part is adding the air time to it. Now, this will vary depending on your comfort level, your skill level, your previous movement experience, things of that nature, but this is something that I believe that virtually almost anyone can do to some degree. And what we're going to do is basically when we're on our right leg, we're going to take that step just like we did before. We're going to take the second step where we're facing away or we're facing back. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn the left shoulder. Don't do it too hard. It's okay to do it small. Turn the left shoulder up and then try to bring it down. If you can handle that extra momentum, up. That's it. That's basically a quick hop step. We'll do it back the other direction. Turn. You're going to point your foot at the wall again. Turn again. And then we're going to pick this right leg up and we're going to hop with the left one. Up. Boom. And that's basically it. And you can do it with no air time. You can do it with a lot of air time. There's a lot of little things that you can do to sort of fix how you want to do it if you want more height. A couple of things need to happen. Basically, you need to press on the base leg harder. So in the case of this, of going in this direction, in the step, my base leg would be my left, right? Because I'm here, I'm loading up here. And then I'm going to kick this knee off super hard. I'm going to go, I can't do it without it. Right? So then you can kind of float a little bit there. The other thing that helps is if you have leg strength, so you don't have to worry about the impact when you land. The other thing is arms. Swing the arms, and you'll notice this when you add the lightsaber, it's actually going to add a little bit of lift to what it is that you're doing. I'm going to pretend that I have lightsabers in my hand. You can do this with water bottles. You can do this with something else where if it falls out, it's not an issue. There's a lot of different things you can pick that aren't hundreds of dollars flashlights that might help you out here. So I'm going to swing my arms down, and then I'm going to swing them up, over, down, up, and I'm going to do it again, over, up. Cool. So something I recommend is actually doing a lot of these lightsaber stunts without the lights on, because if you're doing it and it gets dim, or it doesn't really matter. It can be disorienting when you're doing flips and there's blue or green or whatever lights in front of you. This can be extremely distracting. So I recommend when you're doing lightsaber stuff, try to do it with the things off first. I also prefer to do them to start out a trick with my sabers in backhand, because there's a lot less room for injury. Yes, the back of the saber is a little bit harder than the blade. However, the likelihood of you getting hit with a blade is a lot more, in my opinion. It's a longer plane, whereas this one, as long as you don't bring it straight to your face, practice bringing it over and across and under your armpit for safety. So, with that said, we're going to wind up just like we did, point our foot back at the wall. We're going to swing our arms. In this case, you could do it, you could turn this saber down like this. You have them both facing the same direction. You could also do an alternate. In this case, the alternate grip makes a lot of sense. I'm going to just keep it both together just like this. Step, step, up. And then we'll do it the other way. I'm going to flip this one, go the other way. Here we go, step, step, up. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for, to do it with your lightsabers on. Do it all sorts of ways. Let's do it both. Let's do this one. And that's basically all there is to it. A big thing to remember too is to make sure that when you do land, you want the surface to land, especially when you're starting this movement. You want it to be mobile enough that when you land, you can handle any sort of excess spinning momentum that you don't need. That's really important, because you do not want torque in your knee, especially if you're doing this over and over and over again. You do not want to experience that sort of torquing, spinning when your foot is planted and your knee is still turning. You actually do want a little bit of play, a little bit of swing there in whatever the surface is that you're landing on. So that's something to keep in mind. And that's basically it, guys. That's the move. That's the basic sort of dance leap. I think you see various Jedi characters doing this move in their choreography. Pretty much anybody can do this at varying skill levels. If you really want to take this to the next level, what you do is you play with, after you understand the basics, raising your hips up so that it looks even more like a leap, and even could be considered a flip, even though it's not, because you're not inverting yourself at all. So that's about all from me, guys. That's all I have for you today. Please keep training, stay safe, and yeah, with that said, see you guys next time.